Old Stephen A Smith. Old Stephen A Smith coming out talking about that the Golden State Warriors passed on Bronny James at the 52nd pick to honor the Lakers. And miraculous. This is what goes for journalism today. They were they weren't looking at him. What? I mean, if they're looking at Bronny James, then why don't they bring back Jordan Poole, who couldn't splash an ocean if he had a rock and he was standing in front of it. And you know Jordan Poole right now is 100 times better than Bronny James, and they got rid of him. Remember Jordan Poole was that big offer in that game last year in DC, and he got booed in Washington, and they don't expect him but 25 games. He stuck with Kyle Kuzma. You know, that's where leftovers go after they win a token ring and they go play in DC. Golden State was going to really, but they honored him. Yeah, right. Who tell you? First of all, if Bronny James was that good, somebody would have made a bid on him way before the 50 plus pick if he was that good. This ain't the NFL. This ain't the NFL. How you gonna sit there with a straight face if you're a so-called journalist, Stephen A, and tell cop that cop when you got cats who fly over to El Salvador and to uh uh give me another country. Don't say El DeBarge or something, but you're going all the way over to the other parts of the world to find cats in different places, and you gonna sink the 50 something? No. Especially with a name? No. You need to tell the truth. The cat can't play. He ain't cut to be an NBA player. He's a fourth tier and a third tier NBA. What does that tell you in English? He's a fourth tier and a third tier. That means he ain't in the tiers. He ain't no good on defense. He's scared to take a shot. He gonna get called for traveling, and he gonna get ran over. They gonna tear his behind up on picks, high screen picks, and rolls and sweeps. All this, and you got the nerve to say, "Well, they working." Cause what? For good PR. And if Golden State was actually considering getting Bronny James, they're worse than I thought they were, and they pretty bad because Draymond need to have been retired like 2 years ago. They've got rid of Clay. They really ain't unless they come up with some kind of strike it wise hot deal with Steph Curry. He just gonna be able to step pat for a couple of years, which will be fine because it'll just increase how great he is as a player. But he ain't getting out no first round. He probably barely be a play-in tournament team with what they got. And see how good Steve Kerr looks. And let's see when they play the Celtics if Jason Tatum will try to put a 40-50 burger on their head. And Jaylen Brown too for good measure. Let's see what they got. A lot of people gonna put in a 40-50 head on them. Sacramento will be hanging on that behind because that day didn't come and gone. There's no more Splash Brothers. And if you'd have brought Bronny James in, you'd have been Trash Brothers. I gotta call it like I see it. I'm calling it what it is. Wouldn't have been even, it would have been, listen, much respect to Bronny health wise. I will give that. That's more important than anything. Because I think the young man, glad he's still functioning on a personal net. But you can get mad. He ain't got no business playing on no, not with no pro team. Not maybe in a movie. Maybe if Brian comes up with Space Jam Port 14 or something, he'll come with some movie, or maybe he'll do Air Bud or something with him in it as a co-star. But I mean, come on now, getting Stephen A to come on to actually come on and say that. Well, they were, yeah. Well, that's why they stink right now too. That's why the Lakers, Golden State, are at the bottom scraping in playing tournament teams because you wasting your picks. This ain't the NFL where you can wait till a 6th round pick or something. You can get away with that in football. You can't get away with that in basketball. And they know too well. They know too well. This cat ain't gonna be no late bloomer. He's gonna be asleep. He'll be like Rip Van Winkle. By the time you wake up, it'll probably be about 6, 7 years later, and he might turn into a journeyman. Maybe a journeyman. Prove me wrong. But what I've seen so far, he don't belong. But prove me wrong. But he don't belong. Like I said, there's an extra And I'm talking about double garbage time. I'm talking about the teams about like 35 points and you put them with 30 seconds to get some minutes to cash a check. But it ain't there. It ain't there. But nice try, Stephen. I did get a good laugh with that. That made me laugh, though. Talk about what Golden State was considering. If anybody was going to troll it, it would have been the Celtics. But because of LeBron, Steph Curry, lovey-dovey, and all that, I saw why it's fashionable to say that, but would have been cool if the Celtics had done it. But ain't nobody was gonna waste their time with it. It ain't because we just wanted to honor him. He just ain't that good. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? But I tell you one thing, Stephen, you can't get that money. Comedy Club might be in store for you because that's some good comedy and good comedian. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit. If you like, hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay real, stay true, stay woke. I'm out one time, and I can't stop laughing because that was hilarious. I'm out.